Welcome back, listeners. The hall feels different tonight, calmer, like a story is just about to begin.
Some people start young, some start early, and some begin exactly when life finally gives them back their breath.
Tonight, we welcome our in-studio guest, Osprey Dixon, a woman who didn't publish her first book until she was 50, and then took off like she'd been waiting her whole life.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Osprey, let's start with the part everyone wants to know. You didn't publish early in life, you didn't debut at 20 or even 30. Why did 50 become the door that finally opened?
Because everything in my life came before writing. My kids, survival, healing, the constant weight of things unspoken. Writing was always there, but it lived in the shadows, in notebooks, old folders, tucked into drawers. It was something I kept close and hidden, like a small flame I didn't want anyone to blow out.
Sometimes hiding is safer than hoping.
Exactly. For years I was afraid of being seen, afraid of being told I wasn't good enough, or that I was too old to start. Afraid of drawing attention I didn't want or judgment I didn't deserve. At 50, I'd had enough of shrinking.
When you say you tucked stories away, what did that feel like? Was it fear, timing, or protection?
A mix of all three. Fear, yes, but mostly the feeling that my dreams needed to wait until I'd earned them. I kept telling myself I'd write seriously when life calmed down, when the kids were older, when the chaos settled. But life doesn't settle. You just get stronger. You learn to navigate the chaos, you know?
And sometimes strength looks like deciding this dream belongs to me. This dream is non-negotiable.
Exactly. I kept pushing it back, thinking there would be a perfect quiet moment. That moment never arrives. You have to create it. Or rather, you have to decide that now is the moment, regardless of the noise.
It sounds like a profound shift in mindset. Less about external circumstances, more about internal resolve.
Absolutely. It's like for so long I felt like I needed a permission slip from life itself. And then one day I just thought, wait a minute, I'm the only one who can sign that slip.
So why 50? What made that year different from all the others? Was there a specific catalyst, or was it just a slow, accumulating realization?
50 gave me perspective. I realized I'd lived through things far worse than criticism. I survived trauma, silence, motherhood, heartbreak, and rebuilding myself more times than I could count. If I could survive all that, surely I could survive putting a book into the world. 50 felt like a line in the sand, a moment of truth, a quiet voice saying, if not now, then when? It was less a single aha moment and more a definitive, enough is enough moment.
That's powerful. The cumulative weight of your experiences gave you the courage rather than hindering you.
Precisely. The fear was still there, but it was dwarfed by the regret I knew I'd feel if I didn't try. The thought of reaching 70 or 80 and looking back, knowing I had these stories inside me and never shared them, that was a far greater terror than any bad review.
You stopped waiting for permission. You finally gave yourself the yes you'd been waiting on for decades.
Yes. And not just a quiet yes, but a resounding, unapologetic yes. It wasn't just about writing, it was about claiming my space, my voice, my own story, after spending so much of my life supporting others, being in the background.
There's something incredibly inspiring about that. For so many women, especially, it feels like their dreams get put on hold for family, career, or just the demands of daily life. To hear that you can reclaim that and thrive at 50 is revolutionary.
There's something powerful about beginning later in life. It means your stories come with depth, with weight, with lived-in truth. It's not just a narrative, it's an excavation.
That's how it felt. When I finally began writing publicly, it wasn't from a place of ambition to be famous or rich. It was from a place of knowing who I was, knowing what I'd survived, knowing what I refused to silence anymore. My first book, Whispers in the Walls, it had been brewing for decades. Experiences woven into fiction, emotions distilled into characters. I couldn't have written it at 20. I simply hadn't lived enough.
Late bloomers aren't late, they're fully formed. They have layers, like a well-aged wine, you know? They have complexity.
Exactly. I wasn't behind. I was ready. And that readiness brings a certain fearlessness. You understand what truly matters, and the small anxieties about what others think begin to fade. You become more discerning with your energy, more focused on the why.
So, when you finally committed, what was the actual process like? Did you just sit down and the words poured out? Or was it still a struggle to carve out time and maintain discipline after all those years of putting it aside?
Oh, it wasn't a magical, effortless outpouring, not entirely. The stories were there, yes. But the discipline of getting them onto paper, shaping them, editing them, that was still work. Hard work. But it was joyful work. I learned to be ruthless with my time. An hour here, 30 minutes there, early mornings, late nights. I treated it like a sacred appointment, because it was. It felt like I was finally honoring a promise I'd made to myself long ago.
That's a critical point, isn't it? It's not just about deciding to start, but about committing to the daily grind, even when life is still, well, life.
Exactly. Life doesn't stop presenting challenges, but your capacity to meet those challenges and still pursue your passion grows. I remember days when I was so tired I thought I couldn't write another word. But then I'd think of that younger version of myself, the one tucking away notebooks, and I'd find the strength to keep going. It was for her too.
And the reception to Whispers in the Walls, was it what you expected or were there surprises?
The reception. It was overwhelming. In the best possible way. I went into it with no expectations, honestly. I just wanted to get the story out. But the messages I received, from women especially, saying I see myself in your characters, or thank you for giving voice to these unspoken things, that was truly astounding. It wasn't just my story anymore. It resonated with so many others who felt they had stories tucked away too.
That must be incredibly validating, to realize that your personal journey, your very specific experiences, are in fact universal in their emotional core.
It is. It's humbling, actually. And it solidifies that belief that our experiences, even the painful ones, aren't just for us. They're for sharing, for connecting, for healing. It's why I continue to write, because if one person feels less alone, then it's all worth it.
That's the true power of storytelling, isn't it? Bridging those solitary experiences.
Osprey, what would you say to someone listening right now who feels like they missed their chance? Maybe they're 40 or 60 or even 80, and that voice in their head is telling them it's just too late to start that business, write that book, learn that instrument.
You're not late. You're not behind. Your story isn't expired. You haven't outlived your purpose. Some dreams need time to ripen. Some women bloom after fire, after loss, after raising children, after surviving things they've never spoken aloud. 50 wasn't my consolation prize. It was my coronation. It was the moment I truly stepped into who I was meant to be. Your journey is unique and its timing is perfect for you. Don't let anyone, especially that insidious voice in your own head, tell you otherwise. The world needs your unique contribution, whenever you're ready to offer it.
Thank you, Osprey, for beginning this journey with us and for sharing your incredible wisdom and courage. It's a message that transcends writing and speaks to all of us.
Tomorrow, we step into the darker roots, the pain that shaped the voice you write with now, and how you found strength in vulnerability.
Stay close, listeners, the walls remember. We'll be back with Osprey Dixon to delve deeper into her incredible journey. And remember, you can find her work, starting with The Quieting, Book 1 in the Whispers in the Walls trilogy on Amazon.